Myri. In this episode, I'll be talking about this character, very colorful character, 607 Unk. You've seen him on a lot of platforms, a lot of podcasts, uh, most recently, No Jumper. And people, please subscribe. Please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Now, let's get into it. 607 Unk, right? You want to know who he is? Well, I've been doing my research. Apparently, he was part of the Lunatics, right? Nelly, back in the days. You remember? Late 90s, early 2000s, the Lunatics. He was one of the fellows with the mask. Ne- Always wonder who were the individuals with the mask on the Lunatics. And he was one of the guys. He's an artist. I think he's from Missouri. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? But I seen his interview on Off the Porch, right? And I think that was the first big introduction to the world to him, 607 Unk. And he explained why he wear the mask and his history. Now, he was on the Lunatics, and it was called the Ticks, as he explained with one of the fellow other members. But like I said, he's been on many platforms. He's very colorful, very active, and some people he may come across crazy to some. But is he really crazy? He's kind of like clownery. He puts some of that clownery in his content or when he's speaking. But in Off the Porch, that episode, what really introduced him to the world, he explained something about himself being part of the Illuminati, right? The Illuminati, if you know about the Illuminati, you could do that research yourself. It's a historical group, a secret society that's been around for a good time, well, a long time. And people, in their history, ruling the world are controlling a lot of things in the world and have influence on politicians, politics, um, religion, you name it, the whole system. So he's claiming was, I don't know if he still is, but he said he was part of the Illuminati and in the streets. So this guy, when he speaks, I see through all the craziness. He actually has a lot of knowledge. He talks about a lot of sensible things. He talks about a lot of conspiracies in the world, but a lot of people will look on him as crazy because how he acts. He really acts really crazy to a lot of people if you don't know any better. But 607 Unk been talking a lot of stuff recently. He's on the No Jumper, so they might change the way how he looks. But when he's talking on other platforms, he's revealing things about the world, right? He's going deep. Now, he claims he's part of, or he was a part of the Illuminati, and he knows a lot of things then, and he's in the street. So was he always an agent for the Illuminati, being a black man in the music industry? He explains a lot of things when you watch him. Look him up, 607 Unk. To me, he's controversial to the powers that be because he been talking about the flat earth stuff. He be talking about the government. He be talking about a lot of things where you wonder, how does he know that, or he's just crazy looking for attention. But as I analyze this guy, which he was a hip hop artist, a rapper, I see that he has a lot of sense. I look through a lot of that clownery, right? He does have a lot of sense. 607 Unk. His name 607. If you look it up, it represents something in the UN. Look it up. 607, right? It's something to do with the UN and government, right? Something to do with the government. Just look it up, 607, right? So he calls himself 607 Unk. He was wearing a mask most of his career, a mask. I wonder why. He claims he was wearing a mask because he was part of the Illuminati those times. And now he has revealed himself with his face and he's talking a lot. Now, recently, he was on the No Jumper podcast, the very controversial podcast. And He was talking a lot about, industry people, not the deep stuff. But recently, it looks like he's become a host. I don't know if he's a new host or is it temporary? I heard No Jumper fired a guy the other day named Suspect for some reason. I don't know. I think he was starting a fight Suspect. So this will probably help No Jumper. I hope if Adam 22 puts the money in this guy's pocket to be a part of No Jumper, it's gonna revitalize No Jumper. No Jumper will have even me watching. No Jumper will get a new audience if they have this guy on. Trust me. This guy is a big character, but he's intelligent. He's intelligent and he knows what he's doing, right? He's playing the game. 1 minute he's acting crazy, acting a fool, and the next minute he's talking about a lot of sense. Paints his nails, so to some people he may seem weird, right? But 607 Unk is an artist too. I haven't really heard his music, but he's an artist. Says things what are sometimes outrageous, but it's for a reason. Like he mentioned, he's part or was a part of the Illuminati, and he's seen a lot of things, and he had to do a sacrifice. He said he had to do a blood sacrifice of his son. I haven't really dig that deep in, but he said he had to sacrifice his son, right? Or they would get him. They would unalive him if he did not sacrifice his son. So I don't know what happened to his son and how recent, but recently he's not wearing a mask like back in the days, and recently he is public and he has a voice, right? So I have to do actually even more research on this guy. But right now, he's a colorful figure like other guys who come out of nowhere, like Charleston White, right? And there's a couple others, but he's an example of somebody who just came out of nowhere. Even though he says he was part of the Lunatics with Nelly, I never seen him, never heard of him, but he was one of the mask guys. And he says that's one reason he was wearing a mask. He was wearing a mask because of the Illuminati. So, people, look this guy up. He's very interesting. Um, he talks crazy to some, but then he talks knowledge to a lot. He talks knowledge a lot. This guy has knowledge. He knows about science and he knows about history, right? And he believes in aliens, basically, but he's talking about the aliens coming from beyond the ice wall, right? He doesn't believe in that outer space stuff. He believes in the flat earth stuff. So he's talking about aliens coming beyond the ice wall, right? Remember, he claims that he was a part of the Illuminati, right? So he knows something if that's fact. And do not think they will not have a black character as part of the Illuminati to get into the industry, to get into your brain, right? So trust me, he's doing it right now. He's doing it through podcast. He's going on platforms. I see his rise. He's rising up. He's an artist, but now he's a social media influencer. That's what's going on, and he's getting paid. But what's his real mission? Because we know what Charleston White's mission is. He wants to be the ultimate rat, right? We know what a guy like Whack 100 is. He wants to be the guy who knows everything and exposes everything. This guy was on No Jumper, basically calling out Whack 100, calling out Adam 22, saying, Adam 22, you make this platform basically to frig up, to, to mess with the black community. You promote really negative things on this platform. And Adam was joking, laughing, right? He wasn't, I mean, he was taking him as a joke and laughing, but this guy is serious. Even though, you know, he doesn't look serious, but he was serious what he was saying to Adam. And you know what? I was taking him serious what he was saying to Adam. But a lot of people may not take this guy 607 Unk seriously, right? Because how he looks. But he claimed he was or is a part of the Illuminati. But this is going over a lot of people's heads nowadays, right? A lot of people, they're I don't know what's going on, how the system has made a lot of people, or fooled, done a good job fooling a lot of people to think the way they think nowadays, right? But yo, people, please subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. Support the platform, Down to Earth Podcast, Down to Earth Network. Yeah, 607 Unk, he's somebody to look out for or watch for if you're on social media, and just listen to how he speaks, his stories. He has many, many stories. He has the street stories, and he got the other types of stories what you would not think this individual would talk about. You'll never think that he would be speaking about like politics, history, the New World Order, and he talks about, like I said, the Illuminati, right? So I don't know if he got a job on No Jumper, but it seems that recently he's been the host of one episode so far. A lot of people probably was putting through that request that he should, like Adam should hire him, including me myself, because he will save their platform. He will bring actual attention to it. So Adam, dig into your pockets and pay this man, because he's gonna um, make your platform even bigger if he is official employee of the No Jumper platform. But yeah, 607 Unk, take him seriously, man. He was part of the Lunatics, one of those guys in the mask. He's seen a lot of things, right? In the industry, he knows a lot of things, and now he has came out, right? Came out to the public um, as 607 Unk. Very controversial figure, right? Very colorful, very active, no filter. Uh, he's straight to the point, no joking. So I want to see how this guy develops in the future. Um, Hopefully, he doesn't go get incarcerated or gets in a situation that he's incarcerated. Because remember, he's calling out the Illuminati, or he's speaking about the Illuminati, and I'm talking about them, but he's talking about the Illuminati, that he was part of the Illuminati and he was in the streets. So if you're in the streets, you're one of their soldiers, you know a lot of dirt. If that's fact, you know what been spread out throughout history and throughout the nation, especially in the black community, right? So he knows exactly, or has a good example, their plan of what they're doing to the black community and more. This guy. So a lot of people will look on this guy as a clown, right? But he's not a clown. This guy knows what he's saying. I know when somebody is crazy. I have an idea, right? People could hide it sometimes, but I don't think so. This man is sensible. I see through all of that. He's very sensible. Subscribe, support, and comment. I don't know if a lot of people really know this guy yet, because the only platform, what's the biggest I've seen him on so far, is the No Jumper. He's been on other platforms, but he's gonna be rising up soon, right? In the social media space. 607 Unk, like I said, could be controversial. He calls people out. He's has no filter. I think he should start his own podcast, his own platform. Right now, he's going on other people's platforms and speaking. Right. Most recently, the No Jumper podcast with Adam 22. I would like to see him and Whack 100 face off on an episode. Please, Adam, put this guy right right across from Whack. Put him right across from Whack. He will ask him the right questions, like how Charleston White hit up Whack. I want this guy to be sitting across Whack 100, 607 Unk, and let's see how Whack responds to him. That's what I want to see, right? Cannot this guy could pick things apart, guaranteed. He ain't no fool. So I don't know what else I could say about this guy. He's very a mystery. He kind of have a mystery background, right? Most of his career, he was wearing a mask. I had no idea he was part of the Lunatics, and he's an artist, and now he's becoming a content maker, social media influencer, if you want to call it that. And we shall see. We shall see how this turns out. Like he claimed in Off the Porch podcast that he was a part of the Illuminati and he had one part in the streets. So whatever he was getting from the Illuminati, that wasn't that good. Or was he recruiting people from the streets? I don't know. But he was saying he had done a blood sacrifice or part of that with his something with his son, right? So I would have to look in more about that, but he's talking about that he done a blood sacrifice for his son. But please subscribe to the channel, like, comment, all that good stuff. This guy, for sure, you're gonna see some more stories come up on him. Like I said, no jumper. Hire him full time, permanent. He's bringing the energy to your platform. A little bit better energy than all that gang shit. This guy actually has knowledge, probably more subject matter he will add to the no jumper platform, right? 607 Unk, big character. I want to interview him, right? Hopefully he sees this and all that good stuff. But the Illuminati is no one to joke with, um, because I believe they're real in the feel. Um, he's not really an exposer, but he just tells the truth, unfiltered. This gentleman. And he ain't no fool. He ain't crazy. He knows what he's saying, people. So I'm off of this. Please subscribe to the Down to Earth Network, Down to Earth podcast, all that good stuff. Bless up.